Well, the first thing I want to say is
the great old ones is coming back, and we the great old ones.
Well, the first thing I want to say is
the great old ones is coming back, and we the great old ones. Magic.
What is an ritual?
Over 100 million people worldwide practice voodoo.
Yeah, you must be one of them fallen angels. And I said, correct. We are the fallen angels.
Black. Some might call it.
Black magic. Truly no civilized person doing such a thing.
Magic.
Sorcery and witchcraft.
Demons.
The taboo.
The taboo.
The taboo.
We talking about we tapping into ourselves. Magic.
We are the ones that got trapped down here in the physical and became mindless slaves for a remnant of God who once was our children.
Have you ever seen yourself through the eyes of someone else that you have become?
Cause ain't none of them niggas come under this mess. Cause ain't none of them niggas come under this mess.
Only an insider knows the secrets and mysteries.
Far down the rabbit hole do you want to go?
If you want to plumb the secrets of voodoo, you'll have to wait for the end of the world.
What is reality? The real trick to life is not to be in the know, but be in the mystery. Is everyone a mystery? What's happening within us will create what's happening outside of us.
Unending possibility. In Hades, the Caribbean, and New Orleans, they practice voodoo. Black magic.
We're going to pour libations to none other than our own power.
Dead ancestors.
Voodoo practitioners. Altars.
The witchcraft of the African Congo.
Black magic. Ceremonies.
Oh, now don't tell me you believe all that mumbo jumbo. Oh, now don't tell me you believe all that mumbo jumbo. Now, if you've heard long enough, never dismiss anything as mumbo jumbo.
I read Dr. Chronicles. Everybody just kiss them, and I know it's real. How I do my magic on the corner.
You think you don't fight the white man with some goddamn blood, nigga? Is you fucking crazy? Fuck you. You think you don't fight a white man with a goddamn gun? Niggas, you crazy? Only way you can fuck that cracker up is on this shit. Dark side, nigga. Dark side. Dark side.
Alright, we're here with Brother Israel.
It's it, mate.
First in a series of many DVDs to come to you. At this stage, what we're going to be dealing with just divination, because kind of getting a little overview into different areas of divination. And then, you know, in the further series, we'll get, you know, hone in and focus on specific ones and get a bit hands-on. But the purpose of these DVDs is to, you know, reveal the practical side, to some of the, you know, information that we've been picking up over the years, and basically find out what was being taught in the mystery schools. You know what I'm saying? It's the science and tapping into that. So we're here with Brother Israel today, and he's going to introduce himself and what his background and all the rest of it, and like cover what we're going to be getting into today.
Thanks a lot, brother Darren. Like I said, my name is Israel. My initiated name is Oguntunde Josie. So I'm initiated into a priesthood of the Yoruba tradition, a priesthood of Ogun. Ogun is known as the god of iron, the god of war. You understand? You may make correspondences to other cultures. That's who Mars is, or ancient Kem, we know him as Raheru Kuhuti. You understand? So it's the same Mars energy. You understand? That way, you know what I mean? It's don't try not to get too lost in the names. But just before I start, I would like to give shout outs and many blessings to Ancient Future for making this happen. You understand? Give shout outs to Mwata Books, Brunel Esoteric Books and Educational Center. You know, give shout outs to Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, a lot of the teachers who we've met, Azariah Bay, big up yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of the people who we've met, definitely all of the priests and priestesses who I came in contact with when I've been to places such as Nigeria and such and so forth. So, you know, big up yourselves and may you continue to do the works and, you know, maybe come together and make this happen. So, you know, enough respect with that. Like it's been said earlier on, this is a series of DVDs that's going to be put out, a divination series. So I'm going to be dealing here with a number of different aspects of divination. You understand? So I'll be going into it, breaking that down. So I might touch on other things as well, but you know, different divination such as the, you know, tarot cards, astrology, the runes, pendulum. I've also got some Yoruba forms of tradition, Yoruba tradition that we deal with in forms of divination, such as with the kola nut, the cowrie shells, you know, so I'll be explaining all of that, but just before, you know, we start, we just like to pour a little bit of libation to, you know, the energies, the universal energies, to the ancestors. So if you bear with me, you know. Also, for those of you who are even watching this DVD right now, it's something that you can pick up. You know what I'm saying? You can pick up, you know, and, you know, if you want to start practicing, start incorporating a lot of these practices into your day-to-day life, which I definitely would advise. I advise people to have an altar in their house in honor of their ancestors, have a shrine for specific deities, for specific energies. And I'll be breaking down about all these deities and, you know, the Neters, the Orishas, angels, as one would call them, Anunnaki, you understand? These are just different names that obviously different tribal people would refer to them as. That's within their language construct, you understand? But the energy is still the same. It's the energy that we're dealing with, the archetypal energy that we need to get to at the base of that. So I'll be getting all into that. So these are spiritual practices that our ancestors used to practice that we now, in today's day and time, we need to start getting back to, because if you look in the history of our ancestors obviously had it right. You understand? And there's somewhere, there was a stage in our history where we obviously fell from grace, where we degenerated. And there's a reason of that, obviously, as well, when you get into the bigger picture of things. But the fact of the matter is, we degenerated. We've gone through that kind of underworld, through that darkness, and it's time now to wake up. Same way the sun rises, comes over the horizon early in the morning. We're at that day and time now. We're at the dawn. You know, that song there which they sang in the 70s, you know, we're at the dawn of the age of Aquarius. So, you know, so if they're talking about the dawn of something, it's the time of waking up. We're at that waking up season. You understand? So we are in the Aquarian age. Some people are still stuck in the Piscean age. Some people are still stuck in the Aryan age. You know what I mean? So don't get it twisted, you know. Some people are even still got traces of the Taurian age. You understand? So you have to move with the times. Unless if you don't, get stagnant and other things come out of that, you understand? So I'm going to be touching on that. So first and foremost, we're going to be pouring, you understand? So first and foremost, I call on the primordial source from which we all came. In Yoruba language, we refer to him as Olodumare. You may call him God, you may call him Amun-Ra, you understand? So I you know, call on the energy of Olodumare to guide us, to be with us, to watch over us in everything that we do. Ashe.
Ashe.
I'm also going to be calling on the universal energies. These are the deities I'm going to be calling out now. When we call out the deities, we say Ashe. Ashe in Yoruba means so be it. It's a word of power, authority. You know what I mean? Let it be so. You know, so let it be done. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it gives it that it's a language construct that gives it that oomph. It gives it that Mars energy, that drive, so that it manifests in the way that we want it. You know, so I'll be calling a number of the deities, and as I'm doing it, you know, we say, you know, Ashe. So Rahiru Kuhuti, Ashe, Asaru, Ashe, Asis, Isis, Ashe, Aphrodite, Ashe, Sebek, Ashe, Happy, Ashe, Ogun, Ashe, Shango, Ashe, Obatala, Ashe, Oshun, Ashe, Oya, Ashe, Rudra, Ashe, Jupiter, Ashe, Venus, Ashe, Mercury, Ashe, Hermes, Ashe, Tehuti, Ashe, Setuk, Ashe, Nephthys, Ashe, Neb, Ashe, Geb, Ashe, Anubis, Ashe, Pluto, Ashe, Charon, Ashe, Jupiter, Ashe, Neptune, Ashe, Pluto, Ashe, called Pluto already, you know, but, you know, we're calling out the other ones. Adonari, Ashe, Shiva, Ashe, Brahma, Ashe, Vishnu, Ashe, okay, to all gods known and unknown, Ashe, okay, just to name a few there. Also now we've gone to the ancestors, we're calling out some of the ancestors, you know, those ones who have paved the way before us, made it possible for all of this to happen, those who carried on the so-called tradition so that in order we may have it, those who left the writings on the walls of ancient Kem, those who passed down the traditions for over the thousands and millenniums of years so that we have it today and we can continue that, you understand? So we call on them as well, so those who have passed, you know. Brother C3 Menel, Ashe. Dr. John Henry Clark, Ashe. Felicia Joseph, Ashe. Yasantua, Ashe. Queen Nzinga, Ashe. Malcolm X, Ashe. Dr. Martin Luther King, Ashe. Noble Drew Ali, Ashe. Marcus Garvey, Ashe. Stephen Biko, Ashe. Efrolu, Ashe. Victor Ogunde, Ashe. Dr. Kende Ogunde, Ashe. Bafemi Awolowo, Ashe. Herbert Macaulay, Ashe. Big up also an ancestor who just passed recently as well. Great man, Chief Adelekon, Ashe. Okay, we're calling out some of these other names. If you have people in your family who have passed away, also, you know what I mean, don't be afraid to, you know, just call out the names. All our greats. Hannibal Barker, Ashe. Ashaba Barker, Ashe. Ramesses, Ashe. You know, all the ones who have passed in the Middle Passage who we lost during the slave trade, Ashe. All of our youngsters that we lose in the streets today, you know, all the stabbings and stuff that have been going on, the youngsters that we lost in the spiritual realm, also I call on their spirits also, Ashe.
Damon Springer,
Ashe.
Sybil Springer,
Ashe. You know, so all the ancestors known and unknown, all the ones who have passed into the ancestral realm, we call on you, we ask for your assistance, Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. And on that note, I finish off by doing a ritual. Okay, leave that down here. That spraying of the alcohol represents the 4 cardinal points. The 4 seasons represents north, east, south, and west. You know, the 4 points of the earth. 4 is a very, very powerful number in numerology. This is something that we're going to be touching on down the line as far as divination, because all this is divination. The whole universe is numbers. So when you're dealing with the number 4, like I said, represents the 4 seasons, the 4 cardinal points. You understand? The north, east, south, and west. 4 represents foundation in numerology. This is some of the basic things of what number 4 represents. It's foundation. And then in order to build something, you have to have that 4. You understand? The 4 points before you can build your building block. You understand? If you go into the astrological star sign and the 4th star sign, which is Cancer, dealing with it, again, foundation, security. You understand? So this is very, very important that we have this. You understand? So we represent all areas by us doing that. The reason why I spit the alcohol in the air is because it vapors. And when it vapors, we have something in the alcohol that is known as ether. People talk about ether or the ethos. The word ether comes from the Latin word ethos, you understand? Which is a spiritual body, which is a spiritual tool, you understand? Which connects you to that ancestral realm, which connects you to the spiritual realm, which connects you to the water realm, which they talk about. So it enables us to connect, you understand? You do have the ability naturally too, because your own body produces actually its own alcohol. You understand? So when it produces its own alcohol, it gives you that ability to be able to connect to the ancestors. But because we live we have degenerated over the years, we now turn to the alcohol, the spirit. That's why it's called spirits. That's why they call this spirits. Don't feel that this is just some hogwash thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it spirits. They call it spirits for a reason. You understand? Because it has that energy in it to be able to, you know what I mean, to connect to you. So we're living in a serious day and time now. We're living in, like I said, we're approaching the age of Aquarius. We're literally in the age of Aquarius, really, regardless of what people say. For some people, no, because they're still stuck in the Piscean or the Aryan age. You understand? So they can't perceive that. But for those who are on the frequency, you know that the Aquarian age is well in here. You understand? Just take a look around you and you take the characteristics and you know that we're in the Aquarian age. So we're in, that day and time now where the beast has certain things, in store for you folks, especially you people who are watching this DVD. Anybody who's watching this DVD, this is for you. This was meant to come to you because there's something in here that you're meant to be, you're meant to be perceiving. You understand? And if you don't understand or overstand, or you're not on the frequency of this, I suggest you switch off the TV now because it's not your time. I just brought a magazine here. You understand? He's talking here, New Scientist. This is, part and parcel of what's going on now. At the bottom here, saying, grow your own limb. You understand? So this is what the beast is dealing with. You understand? Grow your own limb. You understand? I'm not going to read too much into it, but that, you know what I'm saying? It says, stem cells give new life on an old dream. So what is the old dream? And what is the new life? You understand? So these are the questions that you need to ask. This is the day and time in which we're in. You understand? This is pretty much a magazine. It comes out monthly. You can go and buy this at W.H. Smith and all these places here, and this is what they're showing you. You understand? The average people, especially brothers and sisters out there, you lot don't deal with this because you think that this is all for these white men, working class kind of people, middle class people, and you don't see this, and they're passing all the information right in front of your eyes. You don't know what's going on. So grow your own limb. You understand? This is man attempting to be God now, thinking that he's God, but man is God. You understand? There's no being higher than yourself. You understand? We are here on earth because we came here to participate in a specific experience. You understand? So this is why we're here. You understand? So we're coming here now. You understand? Because I'm just pointing that out to you to let you know that, listen, the beast is at work. There's a number of things, there's a number of agendas which the beast has got out there for us. Want to keep you trapped, going to keep you trapped in the matrix. We all know about the matrix. You understand? So a lot of these DVDs that we're doing now, we're going to be bringing the information to you, be breaking down a lot of this ignorance. You understand what I'm trying to say? We're getting you out of the state of ignorance because a lot of us are in that state of ignorance. We need to get out of that. We're going to be breaking down religion. You understand? We're going to be breaking down the occult. When I use certain words like the occult just means that which is hidden. So then you have to ask the question, what is it that's hidden? You understand? What is it that is hidden? I'll tell you what's hidden. You. Your soul is hidden. Your spiritual essence is hidden. You understand? And you now have to find it. So that's what occult is dealing with. You understand? As a matter of fact, the word occult actually is an astronomical term. You understand? It was said, astrologers used to use it when certain eclipses, or if a planet was hiding behind another planet, for example, they used to say, well, that planet is occulted. It's hidden from view. So that's where the terminology comes from. Esoteric, same thing. Esoterica, things that are esoteric. This is what we're dealing with here today. Esoteric means that which is hidden. Back again, what's hidden? You understand? So these things have to now come to the forefront. So over these series is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be showing you how to now tap into that part of you which is hidden. Because everything else what you see on the outside is an illusion. Nothing exists. You understand? It's all based on your perception. So we're going to start giving you exercises so you can now heighten the awareness of your perception, and then you can now come out. You can now be the Neo. Because remember, you are the Neo, you're the Morpheus. You understand? You are the Oracle. You understand? These are the aspects of yourself. They're just different aspects of yourself. And that's what we're going to be dealing with the Oracle. We're approaching now the divination series, so we're dealing with the Oracle. So I've got a number of, tarot cards here. I know a lot of you, if it's your first time hearing about this, because this is a DVD that, a beginner can also kind of relate to as well, because there'll be a lot of instruments here that I'm using, tools here, because that's what they are. They're just instruments and tools. To be able to, there's a lot of instruments here and tools here that you could identify with, or at least you've heard of. You might not have particularly used them, but you've definitely heard about them. So I've got some tarot cards here. I've got Pendulum here. I've got the Yoruba Aquarius here. I've got the kola nuts, the cowrie shells. We've got some crystals on the tables. You understand? Crystals, very, very important. I advise people to go and get yourself some crystals. You understand? These are things that we're going to be dealing with over, in due course. Like I said, there's going to be a number of these DVDs coming out. Give thanks to Ancient Future. You understand? Who's giving us, who's giving you that pathway. You understand? With the energy of Ogun and Mars, he's he's opening up the pathway so that you can now know who you are. You understand? So, these are things I'm going to be touching on in the future. The power of crystals, how you can use crystals to heal, how you can open up your pineal gland. You understand? A pineal gland is a gland that resides inside of the brain, and that's your Christ, which they speak about in the Bible. That's the Christ that's going to come and save you. That's the Christ that's going to come like a thief in the night. So when you open up your pineal gland and these energy centers, you now come like a thief in the night and take back what's yours. You understand? So these are the crystals that, they're going to enable you to do that. Some of you who meditate and so on and so forth, these are tools in which to use. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you youngsters who are going out on the street today, you're hearing about the controversy that's going out on the street. A lot of the youngsters are killing, stabbing each other. Take your crystals. Yeah, you can energize these, you can program these to do anything you want. And it's all based on vibrations and energy, and you can use that now to deflect certain vibrations and energies. And you can, you walk with this, nothing happens. You don't get no police trouble, you don't get no youngsters coming to trouble you, and so on and so forth. Very, very important, you understand? But these are things that we're going to get into a lot deeper. This is more of an introductional DVD, you understand? So, like I said, we've got the tarot cards here. We've got a number of them, you understand? That, we're going to be dealing with. And over the series, we're going to be dealing with Kabbalah. You understand? We're going to be dealing with astrology. Astrology, very important, you understand? So we're going to be talking about all of this and how you can use these. These are sciences that the ancient ancestors did. These are the sciences that the beast uses. You understand? You talk about, a lot of people are talking about this Illuminati and all this stuff and how they control it. Okay, call them what you wish, but they're the powers that be, and they're in control, and these are the sciences that they're using. So you now have to take this and make sure that you use it as also to check out as well. You understand? And get out the matrix. You understand? Because the matrix is alive and well, and we're in it. You understand? So you've got the tarot cards here. The tarot cards consist of 78 cards, the same way as like you get the playing cards. As a matter of fact, your playing cards and your tarot cards, the playing cards came from the tarot cards. You understand? They're one of the same. Your dominoes. See, all of these games, all of these board games, snakes and ladders. Snakes and ladders comes from the Kabbalah. You understand? You know what I'm saying? You go up the ladder, down the snake, all that's Kabbalah. You understand? So your your playing cards actually came from the tarot cards, and they came during the time of the Moors in so-called medieval Spain, when Spain was going through its transition, when the Moors came in there and they brought the sciences. But what happened was when Rome took over, they created your Spanish Inquisition. So during those times when the Spanish Inquisition used to go on, they would go around to homes and houses, open people, but back then it was a lot more, fierce, where they could just open someone's door and just inquire, what is it you're doing? You understand? So back in those days, what happened was the Moors and the people they taught the sciences to, what they would do is then they created games out of the tarot cards. So what they would do is, if a person was at another person's place for a reading with the tarot cards, if the Spanish Inquisition came in and said, hey, what are you guys doing? They said, oh, we're just playing a game of cards. You understand? And that's where it was. You understand? So that's where all your games came from. Dominoes. That's all divination. You understand? These are things that we're going to be touching on, as we go along within the series. But you have a pack of 78 tarot cards, and they're split into two. You have what you known as the major arcana and the minor arcana. Okay, so the major arcana consists of 22 cards, and then the rest 56 is what's known as the minor arcana. You understand? And the numbers, again, like I say, you never lose the numbers. Always stick with the numbers. What was I saying earlier on? The number 4. So if I'm telling you that the major arcana consists of 22 cards, 2 plus 2 equals 4, you're back again to the foundation. You understand? And 22 is what? The 22 comes from the ancient ancient Egypt. You see, they got all of this stuff out of the ancient Alexandria, in the libraries of Alexandria, when they looted the libraries of Alexandria. These are the sciences that they took. You understand? And in there they have what you call it, the 22 books of Tahuti. Tahuti, who is a deity of wisdom and knowledge, and the deity of time, is also known as the god of time as well, is what is known as, he wrote a book called the 22 books. You understand? And these 22 books now show you how at different points in your life are related to different astronomical aspects. You understand? Certain psychological aspects that reside within you. You understand? Because you have to remember, as above, so below. So whatever's happening on the earth is what's happening in the heavens, and vice versa. As on the inside, same on the outside. So one's just a reflection of the other. One's the microcosm and one's the macrocosm. You understand? So you have the 22 books of Tahuti. You understand? So that's where you get your 22 tarot cards from. If you go into the Hebrew alphabet, you got 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, which correspond to the 22 cards of the major arcana within the tarot. You understand? And the major arcana in the tarot literally tells you the story of your siren drum, the story of Osiris. And how Osiris is, becomes the god of the underworld, how he gets killed by his brother Sutuk. He goes through the underworld, goes through his journey, only to rise back again. His wife goes and finds his pieces because his brother chops him up into pieces. she goes to the magician, to Huti, gets the body, sticks it back together, has sex with him basically, and they have the child, Heru, who now comes back to avenge his father's death. You understand? So it's a story of the cosmos. It's a story of you as well. Like I said, as above, so below. So the same way the sun rises in the morning, you have a time when you rise, when you're at birth, you reach your high point at noon. In the evening, when the sun is descending, when it's falling, when it's going to sleep, when it's dying, it's going through its dying stages. You also, these are different aspects that you have in your life, which also reflects within the tarot cards. You understand? So when it reflects in the tarot cards, when you go for a reading and the cards are coming out, each card would now be able to pinpoint that part in your life which, you know, the effect of that archetype energy is taking place. You understand? So the reader will be able to say, well, this and this is happening to you now, and based on in the direction it's going to end up so, so, and so. You understand? Because it's all here. You understand? So you are the living tarot card. You understand? I've got also kola nuts here. Like I said, I'm initiated into the Yoruba tradition. We use kola nuts. Nature is within everything. Everything is divination. Everything is astrology. Everything, nature is within everything, and it's about, you know, getting in contact with nature. You understand? So different people in different geographical regions on the planet, you know, would use different things within nature in order to, you know, use as forms of divination. So we've got the kola nuts here. You know, the kola nuts, they can grow pretty much anywhere in the world. Any tropical country can pretty much grow these. But, you know, like I said, in Nigeria, these are, you know, they're very popular in Nigeria. This is a fruit that is very, very popular, which we use, you understand? And they kind of split. They have a splitting part, you know, just at the top of each one of them, you know, and they split into 4. Sometimes you get some of them that split into more than 4, but predominantly, you know, they split into 4. And basically, how it's used, I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna open up this one here and explain to you obviously how it works and how it ties in with the numbers as well. Like I said, everything's numbers. You never lose the numbers, numerology. So it splits into 4. Splits into four halves, if you want to, or quarters for that matter. But it splits into 4. You understand? This is how the Yoruba use it. You understand? And it's based on, you ask a question, you throw it over, and basically, based on the way it turns, it'll be able to give you your answer. Like I said, you get the 4 again. You never lose the 4. Any form of divination you go into, you never lose the 4. The 4 always is always there. The numbers are always there. You understand? So there you have it again, 4. 22 major arcana. You got it right there. You understand? So, you know, and then when you go even into the minor arcana as well, which I was speaking about earlier on, I spoke about the 56, and you might say, oh, well, you don't see no 4 there. I'll show you where the 4 is. You have 4 different suits. You understand? You have 4 different of 14. You understand? So you get 4 times 14 will give you the 56. So you never lose the 4 again. So you got 4 types of suits again coming back again. So you never lose the 4. That's the foundation on which you build your whole life on. You understand? So 4 is very, very important. So basically, based on how I actually ask you a question, you understand? You ask your question, you hold it in your hand. It could be any question you wish. You understand? Maybe before you're leaving home, maybe you're going for a job interview, and so on and so forth. See, most people, they only consult the oracle. They only want to come to the oracle when either their girlfriend or boyfriend have left them, or when the bank manager is writing you letters of overdraft. You understand that you're in some kind of financial difficulty. But it goes a lot more deeper than that. You understand? These are things that you use to find your spiritual path. You understand? This is what you use to find. You can use it to find your certain earthly things too. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having money. I'm not saying don't have money. You understand? This ain't no church. This ain't no religion. You understand? I'm not telling you that you're going to be receiving the kingdom of heaven when you die. You understand? The kingdom of heaven is now. You understand? You get it now, and it's here. You understand? And it's there for you if you want it. You understand? You just have to know how to. You understand? How to reach that level. So, you know, a lot of people only, you know, would come to this now or go to a reader and so on and so forth and want to utilize this for money. You understand what I'm trying to say? But it goes much more. That's just the surface stuff. That's the earthly stuff. You understand? And if you want to use the money for something, for constructive, for yourself, to help yourself in a way that's going to help you in your spiritual growth, or for people around you, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with a bit of money. We all need money to pay our little bills and so on and so forth. So, you know, you ask your question, you throw them on the floor, and then it will give you an answer. And basically, based on the way it turns, you know, it will give you an answer. I'm going to come back to the kola nuts because I'm going to be doing some questions and answers bang right in front of you, so you know. You understand? So they're just going to rest there, so you know that this ain't no, you understand? I'm not promising you no kingdom of heaven after you're dead and bring some 10% business. You understand? We're not dealing with that. All of that stuff we're going to be breaking down in the series as we go along. You understand? The secrets behind religion, why religion was created. You understand? You understand? Because religion is definitely to keep you docile, to keep you dumbed down. Straight and simple. It's a form of slavery. Always has been, always will be. You understand? Fair enough. People in religion, a lot of them do have good intentions of being spiritual, but, you know, spirituality and religion is two different things. You understand? Other forms of divination we have here. The word divination, if you look in the word divination, the first word you see in there is divine. You understand? Something that is divine, divination. You understand? That's where you get the terminology from. So, what is it that is divine? That's your higher self. That's the higher aspect. You understand? So, your soul, even though it's entrenched in this human physical reality, it still has the capabilities to be able to tap in to the different spheres or the different realms. You understand? Of reality. So you can tap into the etheric realm, you can tap into the astral world, and you can also tap into the realm of the divine, which is the highest. You understand? So that's what all this is. When you're doing divination, it's tapping into the divine, it's tapping into the higher realms. You understand? Into the spiritual, because the spiritual sees everything. You understand? It's a lot more clear. You understand where you get the word clairvoyance from. You understand? So it's dealing with that. So you can you know, find yourself moving through different realms. These are what we call runes. Okay, we've got runes here. They originally they were pieces of wood, like pieces of logs of wood, round pieces of logs of wood that they would cut. And like I was saying, everything is within nature. So we've got the runes here. You see, they all mean different. They have different symbols on them. You understand? They have different symbols. Same like with the tarot cards. There are pictures. You understand? You look at these things and you say, oh, these are just pictures, man. You know, these are, any artist will tell you a picture can speak 1,000 languages. I could, this card here, I can go on 2 hours telling you about this card, the deepness of this card, and what it is, and what it symbolizes, and the energy behind it, and what it represents. You understand? And what it means, and so on and so forth. Just one. And I've got 78 cards here. You understand? So that goes just deep. You understand? So that's how it is as well. So also, just before I continue there, big up, because the tarot cards normally which I use, I've got numbers of different tarot cards here. The tarot cards which I was just showing you, like this one for instance, these are what is known as the Rider-Waite tarot card deck. You understand what I'm trying to say? It doesn't really matter which tarot card pack you use, whatever you're attracted to, whatever suits you. You understand? Whatever you gel with. You understand? It doesn't really matter. You understand? And a lot of people, you know, they see the symbology, you know, they see some of the pictures and they be saying, oh, what's that? What's it with that? You know what I'm saying? Can't you get no black folks on there or whatever? Okay, yeah, that's fine and dandy, but it's the symbol. That's what we're dealing with. Symbology here. We're dealing with metaphors. We're dealing with allegorical. You understand? You know, metaphysics. That's what we're dealing with here. This is metaphysical. So it's the energy behind it. You understand? It's the archetypal energy behind it. Archetype just means original, the first. You understand? So that's what we're dealing with, you know, as in form of with the picture. So don't, you know, be looking at the picture and saying, oh, you know, it symbolizes something. You understand? So very, very powerful. And what I wanted to point out there is that the woman actually who designed the Rider-Waite, you know, was a sister, Pamela Coleman Smith. So big up to her. She's passed now. She's on the ancestral realm. So I'll be giving her shout outs all the time. You understand? That's a sister right there who designed the Rider-Waite tarot card deck. And you have there's hundreds of different decks. You understand? That you can, that you can get. But like I said, whichever one that you are attracted to. So big up to Pamela Coleman Smith. She's the one who designed the pictures behind it. I also have another pack here. These are the Yoruba cards here, Yoruba tarot cards here. You understand? So, you got all, the guardian angel there. You got the Babalawo there. You understand? That's the magician. You understand? The world.
A bit, bro.
Yeah. So Ogun. Hold on, let me take them off. Yeah. So they look somewhat like this. So these are the Yoruba ones. You understand? So I use them too. You understand? So yeah, these are got some powerful images. You understand? Like I say, it's the symbol behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's the symbol behind it. You know what I mean? So these are the things that we need to start getting into. These are the practices that we need to start getting into. We need to start dealing with hands-on. Hands-on. You understand? Your marching days are over. You know what I mean? The government ain't going to be doing nothing for you as a people. You understand? Mere slaves, cattle. That's the way they see us. Straight up. We're cattle. So nobody's coming to save you. Ain't no craft coming to get you. Ain't no Jesus coming to save you. Ain't no Muhammad coming to save you. You ain't going to no heaven with no 70 virgins if you're a man and all that kind of stuff. It's funny they talk about in Islam about men going to heaven to see 30 virgins. What do the women get when they pass? What do they see 70 virgins too? Men? You know what I mean? So these are questions that you need to ask your imams and rabbis and pastors and reverends. So like I was saying with the runes, they're all symbols. All these symbols, they mean something. You understand? Symbols mean something. Metaphors mean something. When you dream in symbols. You understand? You have two sides of the brain. Left brain hemisphere, right brain hemisphere. Your right brain deals with creativity. It deals with colors. It deals with vibrations. It deals with images. It deals with symbols. These are symbols. And all these symbols that I'm showing you right now, don't feel that someone just woke up one day and just decided to start painting them on a piece of stone or a piece of wood. These are symbols that are they're in contact with different star constellations. That's how your languages came about. Like the Hebrew language, for example, came from, same shape as the star constellations. You understand? I think we all know what this one symbolizes. You see, that's Pisces right there. You understand? So all of these symbolize, specific, you understand? Look at that. It's Libra. You understand? The scales. You understand? But, they all symbolize different aspects of your psyche. You understand? These are the runes. You understand? The runes came out of Nordic Germany. You understand? So I'm going to be touching on these as well, how you can use these if you're that way inclined. I've got somewhat of a kind of a bit more advanced. It's definitely advanced. Being that I deal with all forms of divination, this is definitely an advanced, this is a chain here, which we use by, the Yoruba priests use it. It's called the Okpele. You know what I'm saying? They call this the Okpele, and this is the chain of divination. Same thing again. We throw it down, and based on how the way it turns, you can see like the top bit there kind of looks like a cup or whatever. So, but it kind of goes in with the kola nut as well. Same thing, you got the inner and you got the outer. So based on the way it turns, I'm saying how many of them turn up or how many of them turn down, you can go into, the different meanings of it and what it means, and it'll give you a breakdown. But this now goes on a very deep. You can use this based on a yes and no divination system, but it goes deep because this now tells you the whole astrology, the whole cosmology of yourself and where you're residing and where you're going. Deep science. So this is you just see that as a chain or whatever, and it just looks like some little necklace or something like that. That there can produce this magic, basically. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell the people it's magic time. You understand? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to be dealing with this probably a bit later as well. You know what I'm saying? As things go on. Also, as well, I've got other forms of divination here, such as pendulums. You understand? A lot of you may be familiar with pendulums and so on and so forth. you know. Got a bit of tangle there. Pendulum looks something like this. You know, normally the crystal pendulums. It's on a piece of chain, it could be on a piece of string. You know, you hold it, and basically, when you hold these things, you're asking a question, and basically it will swing in whichever direction you want it to swing. It can swing up and down for yes, and it can swing left and right for no. You program it the way you want. You hold it, you ask your question, and basically it will definitely answer you whatever it is that you wish, you know what I'm saying, what you wish to know. You understand? You carry it around with you at all times, and it will, you know, you hold it still and it will move. Trust me, it will move. You know, some of you people here who are probably familiar with this, you know this moves, because it's all based on vibration. You understand? I'm going to let you know how all this works, because it's all the same energy that makes it work. You understand? So this is another form of divination as well. So there is hundreds of ways, forms of divination. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like with the kola nuts, which I was speaking about earlier on, it also goes in sync as well. Like you may see some of the ancient Africans, they use the bones. You understand? You see certain African tribes using the bones, casting the bones. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that they speak about that even in the Bible. So for you Christians out there who say, they talk about people casting their lots and stuff like that, that's foreign divination, finding out certain things of what's going on. You understand? This is another form of divination, also used throughout the world, but I know the Yoruba definitely is something. It's a cowrie shell. You understand? These are shells, sign of wealth, sign of earthly. You understand? You know, and if you look here, you see the split here represents the cosmic vagina, the cosmic womb. It actually looks like a womb even from the side, like a pregnant woman's womb is shaped like that. And that you see there, that's the cosmic vagina right there in the middle of the cowrie shell. You understand? Because a lot of things to do with the oracle, you know, is all connected with the female, that female intuition. You understand? So that's why in the movie The Matrix, the oracle was a female. You understand? It's all feminine. A lot of this is all to do with earthly things and feminine stuff. Anything to do with earthly things is always feminine. You understand? That's why monetary, you know, things to do with money and all that, you women like the money. You know what I mean? Go shopping and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is it. This is an aspect, you know, projection of yourself. But we use these as divinations as well. Same way we use with the kola nut, same way. Hold it in your hand, ask the question, you throw them down, you will get your answer. And basically, I'm going to go into how this works. You understand what I'm trying to say? And basically, how it works is you have what is in you known as, they call it the dark side, the subconscious. You understand? See, Carl Jung, for anybody who studied psychology and stuff like that, Carl Jung, Sigmund Freud and all these people, Carl Jung especially, not so much Sigmund Freud, but those two names which I've just given you, those are the godfathers of psychology. You understand? You go to any university, any psychological book, or you study sociology or any kind, you see those words pop up because these are the godfathers of that. And Carl Jung, basically, he's the one who brought that. He's the one who had a bit of common sense out of all these psychologists. You understand? Who had a bit of common sense to know that all of things that deals with psychological issues are connected to a aspect of yourself known as the subconscious. You understand? Or the personal unconscious. You understand? When they say unconscious, it's that part of yourself that is unconscious because it's not something you use as an everyday thing. You understand? You're not conscious of it. It's lying within you. It's dormant. That's your dark side. You understand what I'm trying to say? The planet that is responsible for that or is linked with that, that's Pluto. You understand? That's the dark side. That's the death side of which they speak about. So it's about tapping into you. You understand? Because every answer, everything that you need to know, you understand? All your history is actually encased in your subconscious, in the pineal gland, in the brain. You understand? So these now, what happens is it's all based on vibrations. So when you wish to know something, the vibrations of the mind, by you connecting with that subconscious, allows you now to be able to tap into those hidden treasures, those hidden, the hidden knowledge that is encased within you. That vibration, based on the question that you ask, registers with the subconscious, and when you, what is called on your phone with the tarot cards, it will now project that which is in the subconscious, and then gives you a number of options, and then you obviously choose the road or the path which you want to choose. You understand? But it makes you see things clearly. I've had to make a decision in life where things are a bit clouded. We're not too sure which options to take. We're not too sure which roads to go down. You understand? Or what to do. You understand? But society has got us in a way where they've conditioned our minds to feel that it's all out there. You understand? So they condition our mind, they condition us to do certain things based on training and programming. You understand? So this now links you in with your true self. And this is why religion is against all of this. You understand? Religion is bullshit, first and foremost. And I'm going to say that now. If you're a religious person and you're watching this DVD, if you want to cross over and drop the bullshit, welcome. If not, I'll see you later. Switch the TV off. Ain't for you. You understand? You're stuck in Jesus mode. You're still in the Piscean age. This is the real deal. The religious systems have to lock this off because religion is about one thing, like I said. It's about keeping you in slavery and it's about making this. You understand? Making money. That's why they keep telling you to keep bringing your 10%. You don't know what it means. It doesn't say nothing about bringing your 10% in the Bible. You understand? It says bring your tithes. That's something else. That's not 10th. So all of this now, because they need to sell their thing, it's a game of where they're selling your product. You understand? And it's all based on false promises. You shall reach the kingdom of heaven when you die. I don't want the kingdom of heaven when I die. I want the kingdom of heaven now. You understand? And even if that was the case, you still have to give me a better picture of what heaven is like. At least give me a brochure of what, you know, if I'm going on holiday, I could walk into any holiday travel agents or whatever. If I tell a man, well, I want to go to Jamaica, at least you're going to give me a brochure of what it, you know what I'm trying to say? You might not be able to give me a feel of what Jamaica is like, but at least give me some pictures where I can identify, well, okay, that's what it looks like. You understand? They can't do it. Religion, they can't do it. It's all based on false promises. You understand? And anytime you want to ask the pastor a question, they start telling you the devil's within you and all this kind of stuff. You see, so we need to get out of that. We need to get out of that mind state. You need to, you know, it's about this. This is what taps into your own latent powers. It's about tapping into your own latent powers. And that's what the Aquarian age is all about. It's about individuality. Finding that unity in the individuality. You understand? To be original. You understand? To be inventive. You understand? So that's what, you know, humanitarianism. That's what the Aquarian age is dealing with. You understand? Rebellion. That's why the youth are rebellion. You understand? So we have to know why the youth are rebelling and what it is that they are rebelling against. You understand? So, with the tarot cards, you understand? Like I said, this is more of an introduction just to let you know as to, you know, what's going on and things we're going to be doing on a more practical level. You know? So I'm going to just show you a few things based on the, you know, I'm just going to be sorting out some stuff here. You know, so do bear with me. You understand? So all this is about tapping into your latent powers. You understand? Very, very important, you know, that you should know this. You know? So the major arcana in the tarot cards, like I say, is dealing with the Osiris drama. You understand? It's telling you the story about the Osiris story and how, you know, he goes through the underworld and so on and so forth, and you all go through the underworld. You're all born again. You understand? You're all redeemed. You understand? Which religion is trying to tell you that they're offering you, or you can come and get when you come and, you know, come to Jesus. All of that we're going to be breaking down, you know, in the future. Okay, let me find this card here. And I'll be breaking this stuff down. Maybe you get a better understanding of how it works. Where am I at now? See, basically, the first card in the tarot cards is what is known as the Fool. You understand? That's the first. Any tarot card you pick up, like I said, there's all different types, but any tarot card you pick up That is the first one. You understand? It's known as the Fool. Who's the Fool? Like I said, playing cards came from the tarot cards. So the Fool is known as the Joker in the playing cards. You understand? The Fool is known as the Joker. The Joker is yourself. He's a representation of yourself because he represents new beginnings. He represents innocence. You understand? And that's who the Fool represents. And if you notice, the Fool on all tarot cards, he's, you know what I'm saying, he pretty much looks the same. You understand? It's the same picture. If you look at him, he looks like he's in a daze, he's in his world of his own, he's just wandering along. There's a crocodile right in front of him there. It's a representation of Sebek, you understand? And you know, he looks like he's walking off a cliff. He's got a dog with him. The dog always looks like he's getting his attention. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, you know, and he's got a bag. What's the bag represent? The bag represents the hidden occult wisdom, the hidden wisdom which you possess, which is within you. You understand? He has all the knowledge of the heavens and the earth all there within him, but he doesn't know. That's why he's known as the Fool, because he's innocent, he's naive. You understand? He has everything that he needs to know, but he's beginning the journey. That's why the Fool represents the beginning of a journey. So anytime somebody has a tarot card reading and he comes out, he represents the beginning of something. It's the beginning of some kind of journey which he is on. You understand? You know? So it then goes on. See, he transforms now from that. You understand? He's the one that they talk about, the Amun or the Atun. You understand? Being born, coming out of the waters of Nut. You understand? Being born, he now transforms into the magician. You understand? Which is the second card. Or like I said, the pictures may differ, but they're all similar in their approach. You understand? So you have what is known as the magician. The magician in ancient Kem is known as Tahuti. In the Yoruba language is known as Orumila. You understand? You may know him as Mercury. You understand? Tahuti, Mercury. It was also known in Greece as Hermes. Mercury was the Roman. Yeah? Hermes was the Greece. You understand? See, some of you over here in England, he was known as Merlin. You hear about the story with Arthur, King Arthur and all that lot of Merlin the magician. You understand? That's who he is. You understand? So he's the magician. You understand? So these are different aspects of yourself. If I can find the number 3 card somewhere as well, I'll be able to show you, you understand? So these are different aspects of yourself that you need to start getting into as far as, you know, the divination. I'm not going to go all through all of them, but I'm just giving you a brief introduction. You know, as time goes on, we're going to be doing, you know what I'm saying, Ancient Future is going to be allow us to do certain practices of these more on a practical level. We're going to be running workshops, you understand? You just keep it tuned into Ancient Future, you know what I mean? Divinational DVDs, and we'll be giving you the info of what's to come, what's happening, lectures, seminars, workshops, and so on and so forth, and we'll be breaking all of this down. You understand? And you realize that you are the magician. You understand? These are things that you need to, you know, aspire to becoming the magician. You understand? That's why I always walk with my magician card. You understand? Because you can use this not just for readings, you can also use this to project certain energies when you want to do certain rituals and certain magic. I'm going to be speaking about that also down the line as well, of how you can use these. You understand? Many a times when I'm going places, I take this card with me. You understand? And you don't say, oh, that's just some card. No, that's energy right there. That's the magician right there. You know, when I walk with that, I know I've got the power to Huti with me, and things start happening. You know what I mean? Things start happening. I walk into any place, you know what I mean, and I can't be stopped. I cannot be stopped with this. You understand? So you have to become your own magician. Like I say, it's magic time. You understand? That day and time now. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be getting the next card there. I'm digging that one out for you, showing you what that one symbolizes. You know, so don't be frightened by this. You understand? These are your own latent powers. You understand? Next card that comes out after the magician, card number 2, the High Priestess. You understand? This is the high priestess. This is now your lower aspect. This is your intuition. You understand? Psychic. You know what I'm saying? You know, she's ruled by the moon. She's controlled by the moon. This is a card of Cancer. Cancerian. That's why Cancerians are very intuitive. You understand? All of this stuff, as we go along, we're going to be breaking a lot of this stuff down. You know what I'm saying? Because all of these tarot cards linking with different astrological star signs. They're linking with specific planets. So they have specific personalities and attributes which they're assigned to them. That's why you can go to certain readers and they can tell you things based on whichever card comes out, because they have a specific energy. You understand? She now is controlled by the moon. You understand? You know what I mean? That's Heteru right there. That's Hathor. You understand? Aphrodite. You understand? You know there you go. Aspects of Venus. That's Oshun in the Yoruba. You understand? You can always pick up who is who in the different mythological stories. You understand? So this is what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? The high priestess. The high priestess now matures and she now becomes what we know as the empress. You understand? The great mother. This is the card. This is the card also of Cancer. Different aspect of the high priestess because she matures and becomes this. This is the young lady. This is the young virgin. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So this is her now as the mother. This is when she's the Virgin Isis, who now matures now into the Empress. You understand? You know, this is the great mother, the mother with the child, and so on and so forth. You understand? Another aspect of Heteru, of Oshun. You understand? You know what I mean? Same energy, but different aspects. You understand? So we'll be getting into that also. You understand? When I mean different aspects, I mean different parts. You may not understand. It's just like me sitting here now. I've got many aspects to me. You can be looking at me from my front, from my side. There's another aspect of me from my back. There's another aspect of me. When I was young, that was one aspect of me. You understand? 10 years ago, that was another aspect of me. You know, so everybody has different aspects of themselves. You understand? So that's how it is. When I'm with my woman, I'll show a specific aspect of myself. You understand? When I'm with my friends, it's another aspect. You understand? It's another face, another mask. You understand? Which we all have. You understand? So that's the Empress right there. So all of these cards have specific meanings. Don't take them for no joke. You understand? They go a lot deeper than the joke. You know what I mean? Don't be a joke in the pack. You've got the Emperor right there. That's the next card after the Empress. You understand? Next card after it's the Empress, the Emperor, sorry. You understand? The masculine energy. That's Amun-Ra right there. You understand? You know what I mean? The first energy. You understand? He comes along now. You know what I mean? So he's got that aspect of Mars. See, he's got the warrior there. You see him with the blade. You understand? He be known in Christianity as Angel Michael. See, Christianity as well also has an esoteric part as well, which we need to know. All religions do. But they don't teach you about the esoteric part. You understand? Because once you start going into the esoteric part within religion, that's it. You get the answer. You understand? He links you back. Everything all goes back. Links you back to your true self. You understand? So, in order so that you don't do that, society now has to bombard you with all of these different things so that you lose yourself in this confusion. You understand? You understand that this world is a world of illusion. Ain't real. It's only for a time. Only comes to an end. And the society as we know it is coming to an end. You understand? Goes on. Next card now. We got the Hierophant. The Hierophant, which is Osiris. That's Asar. You understand? You see? So Amun-Ra now gives birth to Asar. You understand? So same energy, different aspect again. You know what I'm saying? But this is more on a more spiritual level here. You understand? With this card here. You understand? But they have specific planets which is attributed to them, and so on and so forth. Different personalities and different characteristics. You understand? So I can go on. Like I said, I'm just giving you the different aspects. Different aspects. I don't know, for you people who are watching this, there used to be a time they used to Tales of the Unexpected. Those of you maybe in your 30s and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I believe that they still show those programs on TV and on one of them channels still today. There used to be a program called Tales of the Unexpected, and in the beginning they used to have the tarot cards. spinning around at the beginning. You understand? So those were my first, like, you know, 'cause I want to know what these cards were. Got into these cards and people would say, oh, don't touch them cards. These cards are to do with devilishment and, you know what I'm saying, it's all devil and Lucifer and all that kind of stuff. You understand? There's a particular card that people have a misconception about. Thought I'd just touch on that very quickly, because as far as the tarot cards, people say, you know, the death card. These are two different, this is from the Rider-Waite, this is from the Egyptian tarot card. You understand? You know, we'll have what is called as the death card. You see, a lot of you are afraid of this. This is the best card you can pick in the deck. I'm letting you know that now. You understand? A lot of you feel that when you see, some of you see that films and they always portray this as someone dying or something like that. It's got nothing to do with that. You understand what I'm trying to say? In some readings, it can relate to someone dying, someone passing over, but that's not necessarily a bad thing neither. You understand what I'm trying to say? Especially if it's the person who's of an older age and so on and so forth. You understand? And depending where it comes out in the readings, you understand, it could relate.